America doesn't understand residuals.
Oh my.
You're saying America doesn't work in TV?
Okay, are you telling me that getting $2.36 from HBO, I don't understand that?
After a job is done, there are some residuals. So we were watching the video of Ruby Bridges go.
Okay. He's going to tell you a story, and you're going to be like, where's he going with the story? And it's going to take a really bad turn.
Oh,
but
really?
until he gets there, you're like,
Totally
oh,
on
okay.
board.
You're going to be on board. Okay.
I looked
Going
up
to school.
I looked up the other guy. What's his name? Jay Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a short called Bootlickers.
Are you saying that, like, this is so weird too? Jon Stewart, incredibly famous guy, you know, hosted probably the most successful comedy cable news. I mean, that's a very low category, but a very successful comedy cable news show, which I would argue had profound impacts on all cable news after that. And he's coming back after years of being off air for some big show that's going to be on Apple TV. Apple wants to push this to, you know, get people to care about Apple TV. And you're telling me that all the writers, they didn't find like a crack team of the best comedy writers that they could. They found a bunch of random people who had no fucking jobs before this.
It appears that
what
way.
you're telling me?
Yeah, it definitely appears that way from the IMDb pages I'm looking into here. So, yeah.
What the hell? What is it, Apple skimping? Is Jon Stewart, maybe Jon Stewart's just sucking up too much of the budget. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, that could be. Is Jon Stewart making $1 million an episode here, and these people are just like,
you know, that's a good question, because a lot of people will assume, Sitch, they'll say they just hire a bunch of fucking people with no credits because of wokeness, and I'm like, well, you could find a diverse group of people with, you know, a good backlog of writing credits.
yeah,
You know, in their works in Hollywood,
yeah,
or New York, especially if this is New York, and no, but there's a bunch of people that don't have any credits. Is this because Jon Stewart is just sucking up the profit of this so much that Apple has to spend? They say, okay, well, since he's taking this big chunk, which he should, we have to not spend a lot on the budget for hiring all these other writers. So they have to hire all these like dirt cheap writers.
The optics is really not good on that Sitch. I'm not sure.
I mean, if he's whining about how we need to be more inclusive and equitable to people in hard situations, it just seems a little hypocritical if that's what's going on here. I don't know if that's what's going on here, but I'm guessing it's, you know, it makes sense if that's what's going on here, John. It's not a good look.
Are you implying that one of these people sitting here wrote that line about greedy white people and forced Jon Stewart to say it because there was some underlying office politics going on?
Oh, maybe there's a little bit of, maybe John doesn't understand. A lot of this is like directed towards him specifically. I don't know.
I'll make that motherfucker say something on next episode. You watch. I'm getting it in the script. $1 million an episode for you, huh? I made $2.76 in my residual check.
Okay, let's see if this article tells us. It says Jon Stewart net worth Apple TV Plus deal will make him even richer.
Oh
okay,
no!
Let's see if they tell us. Okay. It says in 2020, I don't buy any of these things that report celebrity net worth. They're all wrong. I don't believe any of that shit. But you can sometimes find actual contract information. No, this is a bullshit article. They don't tell us how much Jon Stewart made.
They're claiming Hollywood Reporter or Variety.
Right. They're claiming, no, most of it's from like his, they're saying he was the highest paid TV host like for The Daily Show, but it's all, you know, from that time period. I don't know. I don't see how much. I can't see this information.
Let's continue with the dumb story.
Continue.
So we were watching the video of Ruby Bridges going to school on the first day, 6 years old, with the courage of a superhero, like parting a Red Sea of Jim Crow logic and walking to school.
So for those who don't know what he's talking about, he's referring to, there's that very famous picture and movie of a black girl, I believe in Alabama. Was that where Ruby Bridges was, or was it somewhere else?
I think it was Alabama, where they were desegregating the South.
Yeah, but anyway,
black girl going to a white school.
Yeah, very famously, a black girl going to a white school, and it's just, and there's always people protesting her on either sides, and the fucking like, U.S. Marshal is like walking with her to school. Okay. Oh no, this is in New Orleans. So there you go. Adam's second home.
Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana, it's all the same.
And you look around and there are just the meanest faces you ever seen. People who like hate this child going to school. But right next to them, you see these faces of these children who are also like really young. And they are spewing the same things that they see their parents doing. And I saw one kid and it was an end coming out of his pores. And when you look at that face, I think vile, mean, inhumane, hate. But when my white friend looks at that face, he thinks, granddad. Yeah. And that's how residuals work.
Ooh, that was a dark turn. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding. He's like totally self-reporting what a racist motherfucker he is.
Cause I know. I remember I switched listening to this. I'm like, okay, I'm bored with you. Little black girl.
When I look at that face, I see white devil. I see Satan.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm like, little, Ruby Bridges. I've seen the pictures. I've seen a little movie of that. Okay, it's tragic. It's really fucked up. She was really brave. She's like 6 at the time when she's doing this. And yeah, it's terrible. You got a bunch of white, fucking bigots protesting her being there, anti-segregationist. I'm like, okay. Where is he going with this? Oh, white people are fucking racist. That's where he's going with this. Oh, yeah. Thank you, you fucking piece of shit. When I seen those fucking pictures, when I see videos of this, I don't think, oh, that's my grandpa. I've never fucking had that thought in my life.
Oh yeah.
I thought, oh, that's a racist person.
Racist white Southerners. Yeah, exactly. So
I don't even have the racist white Southerner. I just think that's a racist person. Okay. I don't say, oh, that's my grandpa. Like, fuck you, you piece of shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? How is this going to solve any problem in our country?
He thinks because they're white people will just give him a pass.
Well, no, he's saying, because he's saying, oh, this is residuals. So he's just saying, oh, all these fucking white people, they're all just, they've had racism fucking passed down to them from their family since time in memoriam. And that's the problem here. Okay. And whenever they look back, and this was so gross too, because he's like, when I look back at these pictures and I see this guy is about to say the N-word, I think he's like a completely despicable person, but all these fucking white people, they don't see them as despicable. They see them as just their family members, as their grandparents. And this is exactly what I was talking about. This is that culture of you have to give contrition. You have to whip yourself on the back and say, I'm not racist 50 times. Hail I'm not racisms 50 times in order to be, one of the good ones. And if I was in that fucking room, I would have fucking railed into this fucking guy. I wouldn't have stood there and laughed like a fucking moron, like Jon Stewart. And everyone else in this fucking room is.
Jon Stewart is
crazy fucking thing to say.
I mean, the white lady seems a tad uncomfortable.
Right.
No, I mean, but they believe, they think, oh yeah, white people are racist because they're racist. And they're like, white people are like us and we're racist pieces of shit.
But I would say, well, confront Jon Stewart and I'd be like, oh, really, Jon Stewart, when you were a kid and you saw pictures of, people with the anti-integration signs, Jon Stewart, did you, as a white man, did you think, oh, that's my grandpa right there? And did you sympathize with the fucking racist? Was that your experience, Jon Stewart? Oh, no. Of course that wasn't my experience. Oh, what about you, white lady? Was that your experience growing up? Oh, no. That was my... Then who the fuck are you talking about?
They're talking about the Republicans, the evil Republicans.
But you understand, Sitch, we're only talking... It's the Republicans. You're one of the good whites. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Get out of here with this fucking racist shit. I can't believe that he said that and that this was aired and that all these buffoons laughed at that.
Yeah, Jon Stewart laughing at it. Look at him. He thinks that's funny.
He thinks the funniest fucking shit he ever
Nah,
heard.
he's laughing.
It's not even a joke.
He's laughing at how his show is just gonna suck with this writers' room. He's laughing about how much money he's making and how little money these other people are making.
Like as soon as the door closes and they all leave, he's gonna start crying, being like, "I sold out for fucking money. This show is garbage."
Look, they have their little joke pitch cards up on the wall. I
Yeah.
would love to read those. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? You're like, these are jokes? I mean, these are just kind of, this one's just one word, racism.
This one, yeah. This one just says white people are the KKK. Is there a joke in here? No, that is the joke. Oh, because it's not true? Is that the joke? No, it is true. Then how's it a joke? Listen, Sitch, you don't understand. You're right, I don't understand your
You need to
comedy.
understand my lived experience here,
Yes.
okay? Come here, Marbles, my security dog. Come teach him. Come teach him.
That's how it's passed down.
The white lady is just, oh my God. Why? Look at all these black people sitting here laughing at me. And I can't say anything because I need this job.
You
so
think
bad.
that's like the fake uncomfortable laugh that she's doing? She's like,
Oh, of course.
This is hilarious.
Look, her face screams uncomfortable. And the
You're
black lady's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. We're talking about you. This is
Well,
reparations for us. We're getting even with you.
All of her body language is very uncomfortable.
Oh, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. This is just, yeah. She's like, oh my God, do they think I'm a witch? Do they think I have the racism?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
John is the leader here. He makes the big paycheck. I'm just a white lady. Notice that we got to look up the white lady once she gets a Chiron. If she gets a Chiron, who knows?
Right.
I mean, is she a writer or she's just like Jon Stewart's assistant?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, but you're talking about the recent history of this and how we can't escape it and say, "Oh, it's so long ago." When Ruby Bridges is literally like, "I'm right here,
Yeah.
y'all. I'm on Facebook."
You friends with Ruby Bridges on
No,
Facebook?
well, she declined it, but it's Black History Month, so we don't know. Something might happen.
But that's the biggest but. The biggest but for people is
Ruby Bridges is still alive, but like that was 60 years ago. Are we pretending that temporal time doesn't pass?
Mm-hmm.
That something that happened 60 fucking years ago is the same something that happened today?
Yeah. What's her age? 1967.
She's 67,
Mhm.
and she was 6 or 7 at the time. It was so 60 fucking years ago.
Right. Yeah.